like to hear from you what the topic of your paper would be, and then we can still discuss with you a little bit on how to refine or on how to, I would say, minimize the amount of effort that you have to put in there. So it is not the intention that you write a 200-page paper for this course, but you have to come up with a suggestion yourself. And again, I will touch on that in the next slide. And then before the Christmas holidays, we basically expect you to have in that paper. So the good news is that most of the work for this course could be done before the Christmas holidays. We have an official exam also scheduled, typically the Friday before the exams start. I sort of double-checked it, and very likely it will be on that day. Now, if the group remains large as it is, we may have to add another day to organize that exam, because there's no way that we can accommodate 50 people with what we intend to do as an examination or an evaluation for this course. So, of course, evaluation. So you could say there's basically three parts that we use for the evaluation part. The first and the main part that you have to do is we expect you to do a literature search on a topic that relates to chemistry and or characterization of surfaces and thin films. That sounds difficult at this moment. Now, whom of you is doing a master thesis this year? Okay, and or a PhD, I mean, because I think there's some PhD. So all the others are in their first master. Right. Who's from chemistry background? Okay. Engineering or material science, maybe first material science. Just a few. Electrical engineering. Just one. Okay. Physics. Also just one. Biochemistry or no? Anybody or any discipline that I missed? Nano. Okay, so yeah, I consider that. No, the thing is, it's a little easier for the students that do their master thesis, because for these students we usually make the recommendation that evaluate the topic of your master thesis, and for sure you will find a link there with something that relates to chemistry and characterization or surfaces and thin films in the broader sense. This is why we would like to have that initial evaluation or negotiation before you start writing on the paper, so that we can give you indeed guidance on what you suggest here is actually a good idea. Whatever you produce for this course can serve as the introduction to your master thesis. So you basically kill two birds with a stone to some extent. There is no, there's no concern with respect to plagiarism to reuse the assignment for your thesis. There could be a concern with plagiarism if you just copy blindly from the literature for this paper, but it is allowed to reuse whatever you hand in as a paper for this course also to your master thesis, because it is your own work. For the students that are not in working towards their master thesis, I mean, we have a number of more generic topics that you can use or that you can study and that you can prepare a paper on that. So also here we would be open to at first suggestions from your side, but if you have a hard time finding one, we can definitely clarify some points. So the idea is to write a 10 to 15 page document on that. Whenever you write 10 to 15 pages, we don't expect you to read 200 publications. So again, I mean, you have to find a balance there. This is not writing a book. It's supposed to be, I mean, a reasonable effort type of work. If you have to write a paper of about 15 pages, reading or finding 5 to 6 decent references will already bring you a long way in writing that paper. The evaluation of the course is based on the content of that paper, but we also, and I think we will maintain it like that, we ask you to give a short presentation of your paper, and the audience to that paper will be your colleagues. So you'll basically present the paper to your colleagues at the exam day. And we evaluate you on the way you present, the way you bring over the message, but also we will challenge you to ask questions to your colleagues and to speak up or to question and to challenge them. I know this is open for, of course, preparation work, and you can say, well, I'll just have my friends ask questions and I'll answer them quite nicely. Yes, but we will sort of arrange the groups by topic, and see this as a first exercise, or maybe for some of you already a second or a third exercise, to speak in public and to practice on how difficult it is to convey a message from 10 to 15 pages into 3 or 4 slides into a 5-minute presentation. So it's a master course, so we expect you, and we realize that you're by reading 6 papers or 7 papers and by writing 15 pages that you're not an expert in your domain, but at least that you give some critical reflection on what it means, the topic, and that you can discuss a bit about that. We also usually take into account the people that selected the topic that they're working on for their master thesis. For those people, we expect a little more in-depth understanding of the topic, and for the students that are their first master, we understand that you don't necessarily have the same depth on the topic yet. And then normally we also have an open book style exam, whereby you will get 1 or 2 questions related to the course, and we hope that you can link certain parts of the course in answering that. Do you have any questions, or did I raise even more concerns, or will I lose half of my audience on Monday because of this? Because that's a possibility as well. But don't be afraid. It worked well. The generations before you. So that basically says, okay, I'm introducing the assignment now. Before, so by 11th of November at latest, send us a title and a brief outline. Brief outline, I don't mean introduction, experimental results and discussion, but a little bit on the topics you feel like you would like to address under that topic. We have enough experience to tell you that what you proposed is too elaborate and will take you another 6 months to finish that paper. So we may narrow down or challenge you on reducing some of the content there. The 17th of December, we expect you to submit the paper to all of us. The paper format is not mandatory, electronic is also fine. We have some font size and standard margin requirements. Because 15 pages doesn't mean the same for everybody. And then at the exam day, we expect you to do a 5-minute introduction to the topic and then 5-minute Q&A typically. In the slides you see some of the... Yes?
Is your bibliography included in those 15 pages?
If you list 7 papers, then that would be a quarter of a page maximum. So yes, you can include that. That's why I say if you decide to list 200 papers, we realize that you're not able to read 200 papers for an assignment like this. So you can count them in. It's not we will not punish you if you go over the 15 pages, but we don't expect you to write a 30-page paper. That's sort of how you should see this. So there's some possible suggestions here of topics that students prepared in the past. But I think the most important thing here is any good auto suggestion is also acceptable. That's the first part of the course that I wanted to teach. Now the slides are available on Toledo, so I don't know if you figured that out, but we will try to upload the slides at least a few days in advance. So for the Monday class, expect to see the slides appear at latest by Thursday. If for some reason you don't see the slides appearing by Thursday, don't hesitate to send me a note, and I will take the necessary action to make sure that you have the slides, and it's easier to follow the course like that. So that's maybe also important. So the deadline is December 17th. The exam consists of, well, the oral presentation, 5 to 7 minutes, questions by the fellow students. So that's evaluated as well, and 1 or 2 questions from the course in an open book mode. For the paper presentation, like I said, limit yourself to 5 to 7 slides. And we also prefer to receive the presentation ahead of time. So if by January 6th you can send in the 5 to 7 slides, it goes smoother at the exam day. The course evaluation, it will be 60% on the paper plus the presentation, and 40% on the open book. Before proceeding further, I'm just going to show